Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of Mercury Retrograde, happening from August 4th to 27th. Buckle up, because we've got some mind-blowing facts and essential tips for you. You know, for millennia, humans have looked up at the cosmos for answers. We've sought patterns in the stars, found meaning in the movements of planets. And while astrology and astronomy parted ways centuries ago, there's still this lingering fascination with how celestial events impact our lives. So let's explore this cosmic phenomenon, separate fact from fiction, and see how we can not just survive, but thrive during this Mercury retrograde. Get ready to expand your cosmic consciousness. Okay, first things first, what exactly are we talking about when we say Mercury retrograde? Imagine this, you're on Earth, looking up at Mercury in its orbit around the Sun. From our perspective here on Earth, Mercury usually moves eastward against the backdrop of stars, but then, every few months it appears to slow down, stop, and then move backward, westward, for about 3 weeks. That's what we call Mercury retrograde, the appearance of moving backward or retrograding. Now, I have to emphasize this is an illusion, like when a faster car appears to move backwards relative to your car when it passes you on the highway. Mercury doesn't actually reverse its orbit. This apparent backward motion is due to the relative orbital speeds of Earth and Mercury. Picture this. Earth and Mercury are both racing around the Sun, but at different speeds, right? Earth is on the outer track, moving a bit slower, while Mercury is whipping around on the inside lane. When Earth catches up to Mercury and overtakes it in this cosmic race, Mercury appears to move backward from our perspective. It's like when you're on a train, and another train next to you slows down. For a moment it looks like your train is going backward, even though it isn't. So Mercury retrograde is a fascinating cosmic illusion, a celestial dance between Earth and Mercury that creates this visual phenomenon. But does this apparent backward motion have any real impact on us here on Earth? Let's dive into the science behind it. Alright, let's get our science hats on and talk about the astronomical reasons behind Mercury retrograde. As we discussed, it's all about perspective and the interplay of orbital mechanics. Now, you might be wondering, what about gravity? Does Mercury's retrograde motion mess with Earth's gravitational field? The answer, thankfully, is no. While it's true that every object with mass exerts a gravitational pull, the distances and masses involved are simply too vast for Mercury retrograde to have any measurable gravitational effect on Earth, let alone on US humans. Think about it. The Moon, our celestial neighbor, exerts a much stronger gravitational pull on Earth, causing tides and influencing ocean currents. Mercury, even at its closest point to Earth, is still millions of miles away. So, we can safely rule out any gravitational shenanigans from Mercury retrograde. But here's where things get interesting. Even though there's no direct physical influence from Mercury retrograde, it coincides with a period when Mercury is relatively close to Earth. This proximity, astronomically speaking, means that Mercury appears brighter in our sky. Now, this increased brightness doesn't have any mystical powers, but it does offer a great opportunity for skywatchers to observe this elusive planet. So, while Mercury retrograde isn't causing earthquakes or messing with our technology, we'll get to that later, it does offer a unique chance to appreciate the celestial dance happening above us. For centuries, humanity has been captivated by the celestial ballet of the cosmos, weaving stories and myths around the movements of stars and planets. And Mercury, the swift messenger of the gods in Roman mythology, has been a particularly intriguing character in our celestial narrative. Ancient astrologers, observing Mercury's seemingly erratic movements, associated the planet with communication, travel, contracts, and technology. They believed that when Mercury appeared to move backward in its orbit, these areas of life could be thrown into disarray. Imagine, in a time before instant communication, when messages traveled at the speed of a horse or a ship, any disruption to travel plans could have significant consequences. It's no wonder that Mercury, the messenger god, became associated with these delays and miscommunications. Over time, these astrological beliefs about Mercury retrograde have seeped into popular culture, often portrayed as a time of chaos, technological glitches, and communication breakdowns. People blame Mercury retrograde for everything from missed flights to botched emails, fueling a sense of cosmic dread whenever this celestial event rolls around. But here's the thing, correlation does not equal causation. Just because Mercury retrograde coincides with some unfortunate events, doesn't mean it's the cause. It's important to remember that life is inherently unpredictable, and stuff happens regardless of what's going on in the cosmos. Okay, so we've debunked some myths and explored the science behind Mercury retrograde. But let's be real, even if it's not causing our technology to go haywire, the energy around this astrological event can feel a little wonky. So, how can we navigate this period with grace and maybe even use it to our advantage? First things first, don't panic. Remember, Mercury retrograde is a natural, recurring phenomenon. It's not here to ruin your life, it's just asking us to slow down, pay attention, and be more mindful. During this time, it's a good idea to double-check those important emails, back up your data, and maybe hold off on signing any major contracts until Mercury is direct again. Think of it as a cosmic reminder to be extra diligent and avoid unnecessary stress. Instead of fearing the retrograde, why not embrace it as an opportunity for reflection and review? This is a great time to revisit old projects, reconnect with people you haven't spoken to in a while, and reassess your goals. Think of Mercury retrograde as a cosmic pause button, a chance to catch your breath, reassess your direction, and make sure you're on the right track. It's a time for introspection, for tying up loose ends, and for planting seeds for future growth. Now, instead of just surviving Mercury retrograde, let's talk about thriving. Remember, this isn't a time to hide under the covers until it's over. It's an opportunity to harness the introspective energy of this cosmic event and use it to your advantage. Think about it. Mercury is associated with communication, right? So, use this retrograde period to refine your communication skills. Practice active listening, work on expressing yourself more clearly, and maybe even try journaling to process your thoughts and emotions. Mercury is also linked to travel. While it's not the best time to book a spontaneous trip around the world, it's an ideal opportunity to revisit places you've been before, reconnect with people who live far away, or simply explore your own city with fresh eyes. And let's not forget about technology. Instead of cursing those glitchy devices, use this time to declutter your digital life. Clean up your inbox, organize your files, and maybe even take a break from social media. You might be surprised at how refreshing it feels to disconnect for a little while. Remember, the universe is constantly sending us messages, and sometimes those messages come in the form of a seemingly backward-moving planet. So the next time Mercury goes retrograde, don't fret. Embrace the cosmic pause, listen to the whispers of the universe, and use this time for reflection, growth, and maybe even a little bit of fun. So there you have it, folks. Mercury retrograde, not something to fear, but a fascinating celestial event that invites us to slow down, reflect, and refine. Remember, we're all part of this grand cosmic dance, and even a seemingly backward step can lead to amazing discoveries. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more amazing content. See you next time.